So welcome everyone. Today we're going to do a chair yoga class. And the reason we do chair yoga every now and then is because it's really accessible. So we are often working on a chair behind the computer. Some of you might use a round ball or something else, but most of us use a chair. And there's a lot of different yoga exercises that we can do just sitting on this chair. So I'd like to invite you to come a little bit forwards so that you sit upright. So I'm not resting, I'm not relaxing, I'm really taking an active stance here. And just before we start, make sure that you've turned your telephone on flight modes. That maybe you've got your email settings on, that every time you get an email, it's making a sound. You can turn that off as well. So you have, for the next 25 minutes or so, we have full focus on this class, and then you will reap the benefits of it way more. So having said that, sitting on your chair, just notice how you're sitting here. And you can place your hands on your knees and close your eyes for a moment, because I'd like you to just arrive here on your mat. It's really funny that I say that. It's on your chair today, and with your eyes closed, just notice how you're sitting here. And if I ask you, notice how you're sitting, just notice how you are doing on a physical level, how you are in your body right now. And maybe there's certain things that are asking your attention. So you just acknowledge that it's there. We don't have to change anything. But also notice how you are in your head, with all the things going on, how you are emotionally. But let's stay with our attention, with our physical body for a moment, and just notice your feet resting on the floor. You can lift your toes up, spread them out, place them back on the floor again. Notice how you're sitting on your chair. You can feel your buttocks resting on the seats, placing your hands on your knees, just resting them there. And you can relax your belly here. Relax your shoulders away from the ears. And you can lift the crown of your head up. So just to find an upright position, activate it, but not too much as well, just in a nice and comfortable way. And I'd like you to place your one hand on top of the other, just underneath your navel. So we like to imagine that there's like a little fire here burning, and it's just to start this class with, to make you aware of your breathing, because we want to have a nice and deep breath, a lower belly breath. So whilst inhaling, I'd like you to inhale, relax your belly, and take your hands out so that you imaginatively spread that fire. And on an exhale, you bring those hands back, one on top of the other, and the top hand becomes a fist, and you draw it up towards your diaphragm or your solar plexus. And then on an inhale, you release again. And exhale. Bring one hand on top of the other, make a fist, bring them up. And whilst doing it, it's like tilting your pelvic really and trying to engage your pelvic floor muscles. Inhale, release everything, breathe in, widen it. And on an exhale, maybe you can breathe in and out through your mouth. And you can just hear the sound of your breath whilst exhaling. Let's do it a couple more times. Bringing that energy up, and on an inhale, relaxing again. Exhale. Now this time when we inhale, we're going to bring the hands up. And on an exhale, bring them back down. Bring your elbows past your rib cage. Now I notice that I'm sitting too deep into my chair, so let's all come a little bit forwards. Breathing in again. And on an exhale, lean back slightly so that you have to activate your core. Bring your elbows past your rib cage. Inhale, breathe in. And exhale. So you come forward slightly, take your hands up. And on an exhale, lean back. Elbows past your rib cage. Let's do it a couple more times just to activate that core. Be careful that you don't lean back too much, so that your feet want to come off the floor. You want to really plant them into the floor like this. Last time, open up. Next time you come forward, take your hands up. We're going to twist by bringing the hands in front of our chest and moving towards the right. So you press the hands firmly against each other whilst looking over the right shoulder. Inhale, look forward, take your hands up. Exhale, twist to the left. So pressing the hands firmly to each other whilst twisting to the left. Inhale, look forward, and exhale. Let's keep on moving like this, using our abdominal muscles, our back muscles. Breathing in. Breathe in, take your hands up and out. So the next time you breathe in and out, you're going to take your hands to the side of your chair, to the right. So you're going to hold on with your left hand to the outside of your right seat. And your right hand behind you can hold on to the back of your chair if possible. Breathe in, lengthen. And on an exhale, you twist. And maybe you round the spine slightly. Just notice what feels good for you. Just stay here for 2 more breaths. Try to completely relax on the exhale whilst twisting. Last time. Exhale. Inhale, look forward, take your hands up. And on an exhale, we're going to brush it off, so to speak, to the left. Holding on to the left side with your right hand and your left hand behind you. Breathe in, lengthen. Exhale. It's a nice twist for the upper body. You might also feel it in your lower back slightly, but it's more middle and upper back what we're focusing on here. Let's do 1 more breath here. Exhale. Inhale, look forward and up. And exhale, bring your hands down to the chair. And then bring your feet a bit wider. And we're just going to move from the left to the right whilst pressing the hands into the knees. And again, it's a bit of a upper body movement. And you can do anything with your breath. You just try to keep it alive. Now inhale, come to the middle. And on the exhale, you're going to press that left hand into the left knee. Twist to the right. So your right elbow can stay bent. You look over the right again. Inhale to the middle. And exhale. Breathe into the middle. Press the left hand into the left knee. Twist to the right. Breathe into the middle. And then the right hand presses into the right knee. Twist to the left. Breathe in. And exhale. Inhale 1 more time. Exhale to the left. If you come back to the middle, we're going to take 1 knee up and activate that core a little bit more. Take your foot down. Take the left knee up. And we're going to build it up slowly. But you just feel how it is to take that knee up and to really activate that core. Now let's see whether we can do it without touching the floor. So you just bring the foot down, but just don't touch it. And you can start to cycle. And make sure if you're watching this live, that you keep your sound off. And just start cycling here. Maybe you can even do it with your hands behind your head. Oh, it's also for me today a little bit challenging, but that's fine as long as you keep on breathing. Maybe you want to just hold on to that chair like I would like to do today, so you make it as challenging as you want. All right, slowly place your feet on the floor again. And we're going to twist to the left. So if you lean to the left, so your left buttock stays on the mat or on the chair, and the right foot goes back. So we're going to lengthen the front of the right leg. This is a muscle that we shorten a lot when we sit behind the computer. So by pressing the right heel back, stretching that quadriceps, the hip flexors here on the right side. Now I'm resting on the chair, and that's fine if you want to rest on the chair. But if you want to challenge yourself a little bit, you might want to come off. Now let's see whether we can take those hands up. And on an exhale, open up your chest. Come forwards, take your hands up. And on an exhale, open up your chest. Bring the elbows out. Come forward one more time. And exhale. And then slowly sit on the chair again. Make a couple of movements like we just did. And just to neutralize ourselves again. And then we're going to go to the other side in a second. All right, coming forward and up. And then just lean or move towards the right side. And then press your left heel out. I'm sitting here. The first one I did standing with my buttocks in the air. Now I'm going to do it on the chair. Just to give you an example, you can't even see what I'm doing really, whether I'm resting or not. But let's take those arms up. And on an exhale this time, you're going to bring those hands with your fingers mildly interlaced behind your back. So just start walking that left heel back a little bit more. Feel that stretch building up. Try to draw the right hip back a little bit. Breathe in. And on an exhale, we're going to rest or push the head into our hands and lean back. And just look where you're looking at, to the ceiling. Relax, breathe in. And exhale through the nose whilst pressing the left heel a little bit further away. One more time, breathe in. Exhale. Inhale, take your hands up again. And then slowly come back to the front. And we're going to take that right knee up. Start to wrap your hands around your knee. Open up that hip. Pull that knee into your chest. Some of you might feel compression here of the hip bone pressing into the upper leg. So maybe some of you like to have the knee a little bit further out. But try to lengthen yourself. Relax that foot. Find your breath. Now we are holding on to the right knee, just to make sure. Then with your left hand, you can hold on to that foot. And you're going to bring that foot on top of the right knee, just like some people might read the newspaper. On an inhale, placing hands on your knee and foot, you open up your chest and then slowly come forward. You round your spine a little bit, bring your forehead towards your shin. Inhale. And exhale. Breathing in. And this repetitive movement, that's what it's all about. Just to get into some sort of routine, to make the body acquainted, to prepare yourself to go deeper and deeper. Breathe in one more time. And let's stay here for a moment. This is a really nice hip opener, especially when you are working behind the computer. I'm not saying that you have to go deeper than this, but if you feel like it and you know that you've got the flexibility to back it up, then maybe you can go a little bit deeper. You can even like bring your hands towards the floor or touch it. But the moment that you're here in this maximum stretch, relax your face again. Relax your forehead, your eyebrows. Relax your jaws, your lips, your tongue. Maybe you want to move your head back a little, or yes, no kind of movements. Keep your mouth slightly open if that feels good. And just listen to the sound of your breath. To listen to that in and exhale might be a very nice and calming sensation for you. So you notice it in your right hip, maybe on the outside of your right leg. Last couple of breaths here. We take a little bit longer here because it's a really nice and deep opener. And it will benefit you, especially when you sit long hours behind your computer. Last exhale here. Come a little bit further into this pose, a little bit deeper. You notice the stretch building up. Slowly come up. And then place that right foot in front of you. So if I sit back a little bit, I hope you can see it properly. And if I would sit a little bit to the side, you could see a bit more what I'm doing. One foot is just underneath the other knee, and the other one, the right leg that we just worked on the hip, you're going to straighten that leg. And we're going to come forwards, breathing in, just placing the hands on that straight leg, or maybe you like to slightly bend that right knee. Forwards, forehead towards your knee. Press your hands into the shin, inhale, or into the knee. And you lengthen yourself, and then come forward again. So just relax your neck. It's almost like a wave that we are coming up, looking forward, exhale, coming down, looking down. A couple more times. Now maybe you can even hold on to that front foot, the right foot in this case. I'm keeping my legs slightly bent, but maybe you can try to hold on to the toes. Some of us might be so flexible that they can wrap their hands around and that they can keep it straight, but it's not about who can have his or her legs straight. It's really about, can you intuitively find the right amount of stretch? And if you feel it on the back of your leg and you can gently breathe into it and stay calm, that's already perfect. That's what we want. Just a couple more breaths here to maybe with every other exhale, come a little bit further forwards. And I'm really talking millimeters. It doesn't need to be a lot. As long as you feel it. Last exhale. And let's hold our breath at the end of that exhale. Feel the stretch. All right, slowly come up. It's a really nice one. I feel it. I'm sure that you feel this as well. Let's take that left knee up and let's start to make circles again. Inside out, outside in. You might have a preference for one or the other. But let's keep our breath alive. Sometimes I'm copying movements as well, and I'm more busy with copying what the teacher says than with my breath. But I want you to be aware of how you breathe. And you just have to breathe in and out and be aware of it. That's really what I like you to try, whilst moving this knee in this case. Pull that knee up. Open up your chest. Bring your shoulders low. Maybe you want to open up that ankle a bit, but then relax it for just a couple more breaths here. And with that right hand, I'm going to place that left foot on top of the right knee. Again, just placing our hands on the knee and foot. On an inhale, open up your chest. And exhale, come a little bit forward. Bring your forehead towards your shin. Relax your neck. Inhale, come up. And exhale, come forward. Just listen to the sound of your breath whilst repeating this movement. And maybe you can feel how enjoyable it is when you don't push yourself, when you know exactly your limitations or how far you want to go, how far it just feels good. Never exaggerate it. We're not here to impress someone. We just want to be kind to ourselves and to slowly maybe find a little bit more depth, but that's not the goal. It's more to be in your body, to connect with it. Now let's just rest the arms. I'm just doing it like this. And I'm really feeling it here in my left buttocks. It's going over the outside of my leg a little bit. Now some of us might have the left knee coming up a little bit higher, but you can still go forward until you feel a nice stretch, and then stay there. Just find your breath. Now, maybe I can invite you to come a little bit further forward. And just notice how that feels, whether you can breathe into that left area. And when I say breathing into the left area, it's more intentional. Your attention is here with your left buttocks or wherever you feel it. And then you become aware of your breath again. You just take a nice inhale. Now let's, on this last exhale, come a little bit further forwards. And at the end, we hold our breath and stay in that maximum stretch for just 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, slowly coming up. I'm just going to turn my chair just so you can see what I'm doing. I'm sitting really on the edge of my chair, so that it makes it a bit easier for me. Now, coming forward, you already notice how much space you've got here. I'm going to start just with my hands on my shins, because I don't want to go all the way to the maximum straight away. I'm just building it up. So coming forwards, inhale, lengthen from the lower back, might press your hands into your leg, and exhale, round forehead towards your shins. Inhale, coming up, looking forwards, and exhale a little bit deeper. Inhale and exhale. Now my hands are at my feet. I can press my heel a little bit further forward if I'd like to, just to create a bit more sensation here. But this is already fine. It's already deep enough for me. Let's close the eyes for a moment. And whilst having the eyes closed, you can bring your focus to that spot in between your eyebrows without trying to forcefully focus on one spot, but just placing your attention on that spot in between the eyebrows, and maybe taking that point a little bit further away from you with your eyes closed. And with doing this, calming the mind a bit more. And whenever you get distracted, just go back to your breath. Listen to the sound of it. So how does it feel right now on the back of your leg? Can you come a little bit further forward for the last exhale? Slowly breathing out, holding it at the end. All right, slowly coming back up. And then when you sit on your chair again, we'll just do a couple of movements for the upper body. So as you can see, you can turn one palm up and the other palm down, for example. And we're going to make it a bit more creative. And the thing is that you want to try to tap into all areas of your body and reaching. Maybe you want to move your arms. I can feel that I'm opening up my body here. And you can just move in any kind of way. You can't do this wrong. And it might look a bit funny if you've never done this before, but just imagine that the body is, you can work or tap into your body in many different ways. So if you place your right hand on the outside of the left knee, breathe in, take that left hand over your head. We're going to make a nice side stretch. Maybe you look up to the ceiling and you feel this stretch from the hip all the way up towards your armpits. Now I'm holding on to my leg, but maybe you want to hold on to your chair. Inhale, take both hands up, and then switch to the other side. Just keep on breathing. Slowly coming back up. Open up your chest, and then exhale, embrace yourself, bringing the hands to the opposite shoulder. Inhale, open up, bringing the other hand on top. It might hurt a little bit in in the shoulder for some of us. So you do it slowly. And if you can't embrace yourself fully, you do something milder. Breathe in, exhale, breathe in. And then this time you take the left arm underneath the right. Now, maybe this is what it is for you. You bring the right hand all the way to the left, opening up that shoulder. And this could be already enough stretch for you. If not, you want to take it to the next level. Maybe you can bring your hands together. And I'm just holding on to my thumb. This is the maximum I can get out of it. But some of you are so open that they can place the hand palms against each other. Now, if I would turn again so that I show you what I'm doing, bring the shoulders down, but the elbows up so they are in one line. And maybe you can, the hands are probably closer to your face. You can press them a little bit further forwards. Now relax your face, your jaws, your lips, your tongue. Try to breathe into that stretch. Just observe. Calm down your mind. Exhale, slowly bring the hands towards your face again. It's just easier to unwind. Inhale, open up. And this time we're going to bring the right arm underneath the left so that we can take that left arm all the way to the right. Open up the left shoulder. And again, if it's in your practice, you could bring your hands together and holding onto the thumb or placing the palms towards each other. Maybe you can bring those shoulders a little bit higher, or the shoulders lower and the elbows higher. Pressing the hands forwards if it feels good. Relax your face. Whenever you feel tension, you often have the tendency to cramp up, but try to relax everything else. Last breath here. You notice that it's sensitive, but you just stay calm as long as you don't force it. And let's do a couple of shoulder rolls to finish it. Bring your chin to your chest and via the left shoulder go up, via the right shoulder go down. Hearing all sorts of cracks. Let's go to the other side as well. Coming back to the middle, and let's take a seat deeper into the chair. This time you can relax, hands on the knees, and close your eyes for a moment. Just take a moment to find your breath again without trying to have an active breath. Everything is relaxed right now, and you just notice how you feel. All sorts of sensations running through your body right now. And you can open up your eyes. I would like to thank you for joining and wish you a very nice continuation of your day, and hopefully see you next time. Namaste.